Hi, fellow traders. I hope everybody had a good day today. It's a little bit better day in the market than it has been the last several days. So, but not going to get encouraged by it. I know we have a good day here and there. That's just the way it is this time of year. But be thankful and be ready the next time it comes around. Want to apologize. I haven't been able to get the recaps out this last week like I normally do. I am working on these classes. We got the new swing trading class started today. The new day trading class starts Thursday, and wanted to make sure I had everything in place. Still gonna be adding content to it and all of that, but I'm a one-man band and doing it and doing the mentor sessions that I do in the afternoon. Sometimes it just runs together and I don't have time to do it, so I'll double up. Like I'll do yesterday and today's I'll do today. And actually I didn't get to do the weekly recap because my in-laws were here. They came early Friday and never had time to really get it done this weekend. So we'll kind of talk a little bit about that too. But I heard ET's Thank God It's Monday message, and it really struck a chord. And it was titled Pay the Price. And it made me think about this industry because, I don't think that most people realize, including myself when I started, how much work goes into being a successful trader. The new and prospective traders, and I'm included in this when I started, we get excited about the dream of being financially free and living the life that we've always wanted to live. We get excited about the gurus telling us, that we can make all the money that they claim that they're making. All we got to do is take their course or buy their DVD. They teach us everything. They show us whatever strategies, or, we just get excited. But we don't think about how the hard work and sacrifice is going to take for us to get there. Nobody's letting us in on that, just how much it's going to take. And just reading a book or watching a video or, just sitting and listening to a class is not going to cut it. And I remember even back in high school, I was frustrated with a teacher because all she would do is tell us to read this chapter, answer these questions, and then they would give us a test on it. She would give us a test, but she never taught us anything. It's like we had to figure all this stuff out on our own. And I got frustrated one day, and I told her, I was like, you know what? Nothing, this book or anything in it don't mean shit if the teacher is not teaching us. And of course I got suspended, but when I was in the principal's office, he's like, you're right, but that was the wrong way to go about it. My dad taught at the school, so I thought I was a big man on campus, but realized I got suspended just like everybody else. But I still believe that, and it stuck with me. And even when I started teaching, that's what made me, work as hard as I did to help my students learn. So no matter what, you're going to have to put in the work. You're going to have to pay the price. And I'm not talking about financial, because that has nothing to do with it. No, we're talking about investing that sweat equity. That's what I'm talking about. Because, E.T. said that there is a price tag to greatness. And for me, it's like it's a price tag for success. Success comes at a price. It's not free. Nobody's handing success out. It's not for sale. Your mom or dad can't will it to you. They can't give it to you. They can't inherit it to you or whatever. The guru can't sell it to you, even though they'll try. I can't sell it to you. The only way that you can pay this debt for success is through blood, sweat, and tears. It's the only way you're going to do it. You're going to get hit. You're going to get slapped in the face. You're going to take drawdowns. But you got to stick. You got to work through it. I did it. I do it. Just a month ago. I went through 3 weeks of red weeks trading a small account because I couldn't get out of my own way. It's frustrating, but I worked through it. But in this industry, there's a catch. You could work from sun up to sundown. You can outwork everybody. You could outwork the best traders in the world, but there's still no guarantee that you're going to be successful, because that work has to be focused, and it has to be focused on the right things. Because I honestly believe anybody can learn the patterns, can learn the setup, but where the disconnect comes in is when you try to execute the trades. That's where there's a disconnect. And, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm trying to help in chat. That's why I stream my platform live, so that I can try to bridge that disconnect. And, some people just can't get it. They don't understand it. They don't know how to use it still. But that's why you got to ask questions. It's just like you sitting in class, and if you don't ask the teacher questions, you're never going to learn. It doesn't matter how dumb you think it is. For me, a true teacher, there's no dumb question. All questions are good questions. So, it just struck a nerve with me. Not a nerve, but struck a chord with me. That we don't understand the price that we have to pay for greatness, for success, especially in this industry. It is a big price, and not everybody's cut out for it. But if you really want it, and you focus your learning on the right things, you have the opportunity. Just know that it's not going to come easy. But hell, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. But they're not. So just know that we're going to have to pay the price. All right, so last week was a red week. It was just terrible. I started the week out, $208 loss. Took 2 losses that morning and shut it down. Really bad days. Had a good day on Thursday. I was up $208 and something. Had pretty much closed out. I had looked at my P&L, took a picture of it, took a picture of the charts, and for some stupid reason, I decided to try to trade some more, and ended up getting stopped out on two trades and giving back $100. So I could have been green last week, but Thursday was just terrible. And Friday, I started out in a hole again and had to come back. Just not making the adjustments. And that's what I need to do. There are going to be slow days out there. There are going to be days where if I miss the open, I don't need to keep trying to trade. If the setup isn't there, if the volume is gone, then just shut it down. Take a day. I mean, I went back and looked at my journal and looked at my some of my old blogs, and I realized there were days, 2 and 3 days out the week, where I just didn't trade because there was nothing. And if I missed it, I just missed it. But it's just a matter of making the adjustments, not forcing trades. I know I run the chat room, I run the community, and sometimes I force myself to trade. That, what? People are here to see me trade. I need to trade something. But, I got to keep in the back of my mind, look, they're here to learn. And if there's nothing that I would trade, then there's no need for me to try to find something just for that. So, I've got to keep that in the back of my mind. I got that written down now to keep myself from forcing trades. But ended up red, $63 on the week. Not bad. Still up over $1,200 for the month. We're starting out good. You'll see. We'll go over the trades from the last 2 days. Today was really good. Really should have been a better day. But, we'll talk about that. Last week in the all-day holds, only one trade I took on Monday. Monday was just a bad day last week. I was red all the way around. But only one trade I took last week. And, it was negative 1233.23. So that brought me down from $5,000 to 3792.22 is what we have so far. Yesterday and today only traded one stock, Tesla, and it wasn't really an all-day hold. It was more like day trading is what I did in that account, but we'll cover that too. But for the week, I was red in both accounts, but still green on the month. So I'm happy with that. All right, so yesterday, I know it's got minus 41.13 up here because I took this and I figured I would stop trading. But I ended up trading again, and I'll show you that trade in a minute. But I was ready to just accept the 41.13 in the red. It was like 1 o'clock. It was at lunch, and I was frustrated. I'm not gonna lie. I was frustrated yesterday, and just said, hey, I just need to shut it down. But you can see MU is the first one I traded. Was looking for it to be an opening range breakdown. I waited for it to get under the 20, and I got in, turned around on me, ended up stopping me back out. It ran up, put in a lower high, but I wasn't getting in on this wicked price action. And it was just looking real stupid then. Then we got a nice sell-off candle, and I ended up getting in, when we confirmed below the 20. Damn if it didn't go all the way back. But by then, I had drawn this trend line here. And as long as it didn't break through that trend line, I felt pretty good about it. We did try to close slightly above VWAP. Here we opened, we tried to push up. Didn't really make a higher high relative to this candle. So as long as, the technicals were kind of holding true, the price action was holding, we were still trending down, made a lower high, a lower low here, I was going to stay in the trade. And, stayed in it and took it off right here, right above the 100-day or the 100 period right here, which was what my first target was. And we tried to get down here. My final target was the 200 period moving average right here, but didn't quite make it. We turned around. I ended up stopping out here on a profit stop. I wasn't going to let it go all the way back to break even. And so, that was it for this trade. And, and after this, I took this DOVA was breaking news, and only made a couple cents on it because it wasn't going anywhere like I wanted it to. But we'll see. I went through all of this and ended up down 41.13. But then I ended up taking this trade here at the end of the day. And after this, it pulled back, and we made a lower low here, and we started to roll over. Once we got under the 9 and the 20, is when I got in. Was a little bit too close to the 100-day to use that as my target, so I had to wait till we got through there and got some off here. Took some here at the 200. My next target was 54.50. That was my final target. Came within a couple cents, didn't hit it, and ended up having to take the profit stop here. It started running back up. But, ended up, and I didn't get to take forgot to take another picture of the P&L, and didn't realize it until today when I was trying to put everything together. But didn't take a picture of it, so I just messed up. But this is the last trade, and this is how I got to $113 yesterday. This was the last trade that I did. All right, so DOVA, this is the one that had breaking news. What I like to do is I let it sell all the way off, let it pull back. I like to see it pull back to the VWAP and moving averages and stuff. And once it rejected, that's when I got in. I don't chase the breaking news down. You can blow your account up real easy doing that. So I'll wait for the recovery, see if we're gonna get a clear rejection here. We did, but this just got really crazy, so I ended up taking it off. It just got real stupid. And I did make $80 off of it, but it just didn't do what I wanted it to do. I thought we were gonna just sell off some more and come on back down, but did not happen. All right, WWE was a chase. Well, not a chase. It was, it was a good setup. I would take it again if I saw it again. But I realized that this thing probably was going to give these fake pullbacks most of the day, the rest of the day. So I need to not chase this. But, I waited till we got a clear downtrend up under this 58. So I took it against 58. And I fully expected us to pull back to the 20 at least, if not the VWAP. But we didn't. It wasn't ready yet. It popped up and stopped me out. And that took my max loss on that trade. But, hey, that's fine. I'm not wasn't gonna cry with spilt milk. I knew it was a chance that it was gonna bounce at the 9. And really, after I reflected on this, I should have taken this, waited for the pullback and taken a bounce off the 9. That would have been the ideal trade. But I wasn't thinking about it at the time. But I've got that in my mental toolbox here for the next time I'm in this position. So all in all, yesterday was a little struggle dealing with this market and the crazy price action that we were getting, but kind of brought it together toward the end of the day. And anytime I end up green, I'm going to be happy. especially in a small account and we're trying to grow it. And, you know, really, this is another reason why it's tough for new traders, because when we're trading and we start making $50, $75, we may make $150 another day. And then we start looking at what other people are posting. And we start trying to compare ourselves to other people. And that's when we get ourselves in trouble. And we feel like we should be making more money, and we size up, and our risk management gets out of whack, and before we know it, we're just giving money back to the market left and right when we were consistent. So you're gonna have to be consistent. You're gonna have to be happy with making small gains for a fair amount of time. You know, it takes 30 days to create a habit. So you want to be able to trade correctly for at least 30 days. Using your small size, managing your position well, making good decisions. No, when you start trying to go outside of your comfort zone and push the issue and you're not ready yet, it's going to come crashing down. So I'm not saying don't ever do it. You gradually do it. You do it when you're ready. All right, so this is AAP today. And this is the stock that I had on my main. This was my main watch going into the open. I had traded this before in my main account. The last time it did earnings, I traded it. And it always trades well. It always makes a 3 to 5 point move. And I was ready for it. But we didn't get any good volume, and the spread was just ridiculous on this. I could not trade it with the spread. Even going in 100 shares, it wouldn't have been ideal. But it did come together a little bit. The spreads were like within 20 to 25 cents, which I could manage with 100 shares. And that's how you manage stocks that have wide spreads. You size down to where it's comfortable, so that if I'd have got in a trade, immediately I'd have been $25 down, but I had $75 or 75 cents to go back to before it had to stop me out. So if I got in and got a good entry, there was a real good chance that I could make the trade. So this is what happened. It sold off. I completely missed the move because I was trading this other garbage you're going to see today. We're going to talk about it in a minute. But, this is what upset me the whole day. This is why I was ticked off, most of the day. All right, so on KSS, did pretty decent on this one. Caught this one. This was my opening range trade here. Caught it right below the pre-market low. Here was the opening range low right here. Was a little bit, I didn't want to get in above the pre-market low. Too often, if the pre-market low is below the opening range low, a lot of times this is where the move gets stuffed. So I just waited. I got in, got a little move here, and then when we started to pull back, I took it off. And you're going to see me do this a lot now. I'm not going to wait and let it go back and stop me out at break even. The way these stocks are moving, they're not getting a whole lot of follow through before they bounce and then set up again. So, I'm locking in profit when I can. So I got here, got this one, really kind of waited a little bit too long to get back in, but I was dealing with MU is why I wasn't trading both of these at the same time. But when I came back to it, I saw we still had some more room to the downside on this. And so I got back in and, just took my profit at my profit targets. Here, it came close to stopping me out on my profit stop, but then we sold off and it hit my target and I was out. And we pulled back and I waited for it to, pull back and fail again. I got in here, it didn't quite fail, so I got stopped out right here. I didn't let it go against me. I recognized what was happening, so I got out. I didn't let it hit my max loss stop or anything. And then I got back in, and it just wasn't going anywhere, so I just took it off. But still a decent day. I think I maximized it, and I traded it as best I could. It still didn't get down. It did barely make a lower low into the close, but it wasn't enough for me to write home about. So did pretty good on this. A lot of tickets, the fees and everything all together probably were about $100 today. But we made money. I'm not worried about commissions as long as I trade like I need to trade and execute my plans. The money's going to be in the bank. I'm not going to worry about that at all. So good job. I think KSS was a good job. DY, I was late to the party on this, but I waited for it to break down. This was trending down all day. We were still in a downtrend, and I felt we had gotten to the point where we should be able to lose this. And, not bad for 100 shares. I traded 100 shares on this and, still made $135. Not bad at all. So pretty pleased with my day today. 321.72. So we are, almost at $500 already for the week. So not a bad week so far. Not a bad week so far. 2 weeks ago, I think we just did make $500. Last week we were red by 60. So if we can, bump it up this week, we can finish the month strong. And we can close out. Well, and then, for June, we can close out the second quarter. The second quarter strong. That's what I'm looking for to happen. All right, this was from. Did I? Oh, okay. I didn't even look at MU. Or did I? No, I completely skipped MU. All right, this was a late entry, but I was waiting for it to get through a level, and it was really a late entry. Never did get to the 100, so I ended up taking it off. This tried to get there, but it was just too choppy, and I felt like we were bottoming here. Whenever you see the stock trading sideways, and we can't seem to sell off, because it's easier for a stock to sell off than to get bought up. And if it's not able to take the easy way out, you pretty much bet it's going to go back up. And I just took it off. I wasn't going to let it go stop me out. I just trusted what I was reading in the price action, and this just confirmed what I was reading. So only $40 on it, but I was pretty pleased with how locked in I was on this, and was able to, not let it turn red on me. All right, so Tesla, this is yesterday. These are the trades I took yesterday on it. I got in on breaking news, and I got some slippage. I was trying to get in closer to VWAP. Got some slippage on this, but that's okay. I could deal with it, and ended up taking it all off here for some reason. I can't remember why. But ended up getting back in and had to hold through the pop here. But I can do this in my main account. Had it broke the 20, yeah, I would have to take it off. But it didn't break it. It didn't push through it. The technical stayed intact. We tried to push it again, but we made a lower high. We were making lower lows, so the trend was still down. No need to get out of it because we were still trending down. And hit my final target. And so I was out. So 766.14 yesterday on Tesla. And today we got 620 off of it. One solid move here. I got frustrated. Like I said, I was frustrated for some reason. And just took it off. Didn't even let it test and to see if it was going to push the 20. I took it off and it went on down. It ended up missing the move. So gave up some profit there. But that happens sometimes. Sometimes you get frustrated and things don't go your way. And you make a dumb decision. But all in all, pretty good 2-day total on Tesla. And if it's in play tomorrow, I'll trade it tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so that's going to do it for me. I know it was a little bit longer recap than it has been over the last few weeks. I've been working on shortening them up, but this covers 2 days, so it was going to be a little long. All right, guys, so take it easy, and we will see you first thing tomorrow morning.